All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? We are on Expedition Lost. For some reason, I thought Viney Research Station when I was talking about the Four Ghost Drop, but I was so excited that my memory was a little bit affected by it. This guy spawning in the top right corner, representing Dead Pixels. It is our Blue Terran player, FanTaSy.
And spawning in the bottom left, we have our red Protoss from the dark ages of StarCraft 2, where Zergs didn't even spread creep because they thought it wasn't good. We have Seed.
And I just realized I took the fantasy intro unintentionally. I know how much you've wanted this moment in Jack Attack, but I wanted you to wait for it until game 2.
I had some sound issues anyways that I had to work out.
Oh, okay.
Haven't been on Korea server for a little while, so I was like hoping that you'd pick up the slack. I think that, you know, psychically we sort of like made that connection, and you were like, "Oh, I'll pick it up, no problem. Fix your sound, Jack.
Yeah.
I got this." You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I really appreciate that,
felt
of
it.
course.
Definitely felt it. We got that psionic connection.
For sure, man.
Like the High
Just two
Templar and the Dark
Protosses.
Templar before they come together to become an Archon.
Yeah, man, for sure. You play mostly Zerg though, yeah?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I used to play
also
Protoss,
play
by the
mostly
way.
Zerg,
I started
so,
out.
You know,
Started out with Protoss. I played Gordon Hayward at IPL 3 as Protoss
wow.
on the open bracket.
Schmance, get into that open bracket action. Yeah, man. Been loving that Legacy of the Void stuff with the Lurker. Has been a really good time for me.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Very strong right now.
Even after the nerf, you know, just still.
I hope not.
Having a space control unit as a Zerg again is just so nice.
I know what you mean by that, right? Like, in a cool way too, not just like Swarm Host, where it's just like, all right, set it and forget it. It's like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. But we do have Reaper opening coming out of Fantasy here, and going to keep everything on gas, so he'll have that potential factory timing faster than the move. He's on the lower ground, going to go ahead and get that reactor nice and quick. Gets a pretty good scout in, and also the worker as well is going to just get out of there with its 5 hit points, keeping
yeah,
every
SCVs
little
are
bit
really
of advantage.
brave. They always stay until the last second, right? Like,
Yep.
but yep, they're gonna get on out. The Reaper will replace it. Expedition Lost is known for not being the best Reaper map, and there's only one way to get in there, and the Mothership Core should be able to push it away, but Fantasy still wants to get that information out. Scout that second gas, and did he get to see the pylon? Yes, he did. So that's all the information that he really is gonna get right now. That's all there is to see, to be honest.
Yeah,
As
not all
Seed
that
has
much
no
behind
idea.
it.
He doesn't even know if Fantasy spawned on the map. He doesn't even know.
Oh my God, what is he gonna do?
Right?
Will he go to the top right? Will he go to the top left? What if he goes to the bottom? Oh no!
Like, you know, sometimes when players play and they maybe haven't played in a while, and they get there and they're like, is it like a 4-player map? Like Foxtrot Labs, right? You remember that?
Yeah.
Like Foxtrot Labs,
Oh,
where it's just
Foxtrot, yeah. Well, that got changed like 3 different times when it was on the ladder,
exactly,
too.
and you have
It was
2
like-
different spawn locations, or I guess.
Right. That was very complex. New
Super.
patch though coming out is going to fix that. They're actually going to be, I think, pinging the starting locations that are possible for each player on the beginning of every
Oh.
map that you spawn on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, really
like
nice
that a lot.
non-verbal way to communicate that. Really
And it doesn't
intuitive.
really, like, it doesn't, yeah. It's
Doesn't
not
take away
too
from the game at all.
intrusive or anything, yep.
Yeah. I think I've seen other. I'm trying to think of another RTS that I've seen that happening, but I can't really think of one.
I don't know. I only knew about the competitive RTS scene when StarCraft 2 was out. Like, my friend introduced me to it, and I'm like, whoa, you can play this, like, competitively? I thought you just build stuff and build armies and then go kill the other guy, like the objectives and whatnot. My mind was blown when I discovered competitive RTS, man. I was just, like, playing my KKND, which is like Kill, Crush, and Destroy demo on my PC over and over again, because, like, that was my RTS.
Nice, man.
That's like all I knew.
That's-
And Star Wars Battlegrounds.
Oh man,
Star Wars
that was some
Battlegrounds.
fun stuff. That was some
Yep.
fun stuff. We do have Widow Mine drops coming in here, just 2, so a little conservative Widow Mine play, not investing all that much into it. We do have the single eBay and single Forge coming out approximately at the same time. Players also tied on supply, very evenly matched setup so far in this game. Players feeling each other out, seeing exactly how everything is going to go here. Stalker's absolutely in position. Perfect reaction timing, just takes a tiny bit of damage and goes out, which is, we expect nothing less from these two phenomenal StarCraft players.
For sure. The Observer already getting a good look at FanTaSy's base. Might have been confused when he saw that the Tech Lab was on the starport, but make sure that it doesn't get switched out. And here we go into that bioproduction. Stim is on the way. Medevac should resume shortly, most likely, as probably waiting for a reactor on one of those buildings, I would assume.
Yep.
As Seed. What is he? He's doing the old school style. Robo into +1 armor into Twilight. Might even charge out of that.
He is absolutely an old school player. He's been around for a long time. And one of the advantages that a player like Seed has is he can play whatever up. He can play up to the meta, right? He keeps up with the meta. But you can always just pull out these really old builds that maybe, you're just not ready for him. But Seed has him in his pocket ready to go at any point in time if he needs to pull him out. So, you can get a lot of really nice, well-prepared surprises out of a player like Seed. Polt as well. One of those players who just has tons and tons of builds ready to go at a moment's notice.
Yeah, it will be Blink, though, coming out here, so he should be able to deal with those drops as it does complete. But the armor upgrade just there for the Zealots so that they just never die. And FanTaSy taking it at third base already, by the way, as he hasn't really done anything just yet. It is 10-minute mark where those medevacs are going to be out, and we shall see that first push coming out of FanTaSy, sorry. And this is usually a push to just force out a photon overcharge, and if the Protoss is playing a bit too greedy, then you can drop into the main afterwards after you force it.
Yep, but no super greed from either player here. That much later third, no fast 3CC, just crossing all the T's, dotting all the I's. We're looking at a nice solid macro game here from both players. They're both investing in the late game, into their upgrades, yeah.
What better way
this would be a really
to start
nice
it out,
way
right?
to start
like
it
what better
off.
way to start it out? Like let's
Let's get the full gamut of the TVP experience. Let's take it to the late game and see exactly how well each of these players fare.
And a lot of probes being made from Seed here too, so I do assume that he will be going into that third base. Here comes a photon overcharge. What am I are going to be dropping? That medevac isn't going to be targeted. Those probes are the cojones of a
seriously, right? So close. Targeting with the photon overcharge down, and the cannon dealing the damage as well to get just enough to exactly take no damage from that. That would have mind. The second one especially was so close to going off there.
Yeah, like the decision to target the Widowmine or the medevac, definitely. If he didn't target that, if he went for the the play to kind of cut down on FanTaSy's medevac count, he might have lost a lot of probes. So, split second decision making for sure.
Yep. And moving into that second area of splash damage, the High Templar is Seed, and that's going to sort of dictate the moves from FanTaSy here. Colossus already out, so Viking production is on the way. +1 armor as well for these Marines and Marauders.
Yep. And you know what? He's starting to make a lot of Vikings. He hasn't dropped an armory yet, and I think he's waiting for Seed to take a third because Expedition Lost is one of those maps where you can come from both sides. If you go up to the third, there are 2 ramps up there, and without an armory, I actually haven't seen the boys get pulled in a while. We could see something like that. I don't know if he would actually do it, but the fact that he hasn't got the armory, his upgrades are going to be... Okay, there it goes. So, never mind.
Yeah, it is going to be a little bit delayed. He's starting the eBay and the armory, so that way, when that armory does finally finish, he'll be able to research +2/+2 at the same time. In the meantime, Seed with only 1 Forge, so he will start to fall behind in upgrades right around the 2-2 marker. FanTaSy running in here on the left side. He has a position on the right side to move in if he so chooses. Decides not to do it. Nice force field there. And Storm as well. taking out some of those units.
Softening them up really nicely here. There's a lot of energy on those medevacs, though. He did have a few units at the watchtower, so he could have maybe got a little bit of damage done at the third, but look at that. Seed already has a Colossus there, 2 Stalkers, and then even more. What is he? High Templar? He is going hard on them, yeah. A lot of High Templars are going to be in this army.
Yeah, he's very much prepared. Ghost Academy coming out from FanTaSy in response to these High Templar. That Viking count is looking really nice, and it seems like FanTaSy is shaping up for a really good main engagement here with against the army of Seed.
Yeah. Another Robo coming out of here from Seed. Whoa. Gonna go into double Robo production, maybe trick FanTaSy into making too many Ghosts, but that's a lot of Templar anyway, so it's not like, you know, making Ghosts is the wrong decision at all.
Yep,
so,
and they work against all the Protoss units,
everything,
helping deal some damage. 100 splash damage instantly in a big area is always nice to get down in an engagement, whether or not you're hitting the energy too.
So, you know what, though? The medevac count is really what worries me here for... okay, it's actually at 7. I was looking at the medevacs that were only with the army, so... it is not 3 medevacs, it's 7. So I was like, damn, he's going into Vikings very early. Yeah, definitely.
Those medevacs, though, have a lot of energy. Feedbacks are most certainly possible. More likely to see Storm, but we'll see exactly how Seed opts for this. He's moving out with a no Colossus force here, and... you know, keeping his Colossus in his base for the time being.
Wow, that's
either
really
to just, either to just say, okay, I'm gonna fight you, but I'm only gonna fight you without my Colossus because they would just die, or to try to say, okay, you know what, you made too many Vikings, you need to knock it off, and then come in with a bunch of Colossus because he is producing 2 at a time at this point.
Yeah, and I don't think FanTaSy even knows about that. He doesn't know about the second Robo. If he can take this fight without those Colossi, the EMPs though gonna get the Immortals.
The Ghosts coming in. They missed all the High Templar though.
Yep.
Oh, these storms are going to be absolutely brutal. Zoning out the forces. Nice EMPs. We have at least one more storm left. No, the force
Every
field.
Zerg knows this feeling.
Right on top of... oh, my God. The storm's on top of it as well. Great plays. He does land a bunch of Vikings in here. And this Sim City really, really hurting the damage of the Zealots. But this choke is absolutely brutal to deal with here.
There he goes.
Oh, my God. I'm surprised he doesn't pick up and try to get in here.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do. There's not a lot of Stalkers at all. There's not a lot of anti-air. FanTaSy, he's like running, he's like wondering why he can't progress forward. You know, if you're seeing a force field, you're probably just running into like air. And the bio hasn't realized that they can lift up and go over it. FanTaSy losing a lot here. All of his production is going down. He lost every one of those Vikings, and behind this, double Colossus production. Attack.
I mean, how many Colossus? We're up to 5 Colossus and 2 more on the way. This follow-up push is going to be nuts.
Oh, I feel like you were right, man. Not like you're better than FanTaSy, Jack Attack, by the way, but no. Just that decision right there where you need to just lift up and go for it. There's not a lot of anti-air, and, well, he lost a lot there.
Yep.
And he's not going to be able to make a lot.
And the splash damage from this Protoss is going to be brutal. Doesn't have a lot of meat on the ground to support it currently, but he does have that +3 armor finishing up, so he's going to have the upgrade advantage here going into this next fight.
Gonna need a few more Zealots probably, as he does have a lot of Marauders in that army. Marauders, you know, aren't as bad against Colossus as Marines, but if you don't have that meat on the ground, you're gonna lose a lot of Colossi, as they can like stem forward and shoot and go. And I have seen Marauders take down Colossi pretty damn fast.
Oh, absolutely, and we are coming in here. The Marauders pulling back. And FanTaSy deciding to go for the gold base in the meantime. I'm not sure he's going to be able to hold this here. Planetary Fortress will help a bit, but there's nothing to repair it. He is just microing for his life at this point. Just attempting to hold on here, but a little force of Stalkers comes in. Nicely dodging that one storm. But that base is taken out. Surprise Archon.
Hey, what's up, son?
Everybody loves Surprise Archon. Hey.
The best kind of Archon. Dude, yeah, FanTaSy has been kiting back forever right now, and finally gets to the other side of the map.
It's something.
I mean, that's what he needs to do, right? He needs to get his production back up. The reason why the supply is probably so low, not only because of all the damage that was done, but just because he doesn't have the production facilities in order to even make them.
Yeah, look at his money right now. I mean, it was just up at 800.
Yeah,
now
I saw that.
kicking in for 4 Vikings at a time, 3 Marauders at a time, 2 and 2 for the Ghost and the Marines. And 3-3 is just about to finish up. You also have Cloak and the Ghost, which should help. I don't believe there is any detection with this army at all. And he's engaging.
The storms.
Oh, man.
He targets
right
down
before 3-3 finishes.
Yeah, he targeted down the observers there. And there's no more Ghost, though.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, that's
and
not
this is it. Base race time. He's just going to send everything across the map and hope that it works. FanTaSy is in a lot of trouble here from the StarCraft 2 Titan Seed. Oh, yeah.
He's gonna lose
we got trouble.
SCPs. And the Seed have everything at home. He has 4 Colossi at home just waiting. And he even has just a few little, you know, those...
Oh, I think he could drop right on top and take out all 4 of these Colossus.
Oh,
I
my
don't even
God,
know if it's going to matter.
Wow, dropping down, killing all of those Colossi. He's going right for the base race. Seed doesn't really have a lot of money. He doesn't have a lot of gas either just now. He might have warped in. Oh, he did warp in at home, so that's why. But this base race, it actually could be, you know, something to be afraid of as Seed.
Well,
you know, like
FanTaSy does
Terran,
have production
races,
already up. Nice move, like seeing this coming maybe. Already has a lot of production up at his 3rd base, which is going to be the last base to be attacked here. But this defense force is huge from Seed.
He didn't wait until he had the storm on that
temple. Nice.
Yeah.
The fact that
Probably
there's no splash makes it really difficult to deal with. Oh, the storm's coming in.
Those medevacs die. That's all you need. This is pretty much FanTaSy's lifeline. He needs this force here. That's pretty much what is keeping Seed at least kind of shaking in his boots at any point. But it doesn't even look like Seed is that scared. He loses the natural, but hey.
This is classic, man. This is called the FanTaSy GG
FanTaSy
time.
GG timing. I didn't want to bring it up, but it is.
Before MKP, there was the FanTaSy GG timing. And the Cloaked Ghost.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow. Sniping out all the High Templar.
There are 2 observers. I don't know where they are, though. They're coming across the map, perhaps? Yeah, they're coming now.
Yeah, all the
this
observers
is getting
are
a lot of
across
damage
the map,
done,
and they're
yeah.
finally with the army here. Oh, this is it. This is checkmate. Seed is going to take the first game. This best of 7.
Yes.
He goes down. Oh, what?
What a game. What a game. At first, I'm thinking, oh, he's going to pull the boys, and I'm like, you know what? No, he's not. And then we got a sick game there.
And I haven't logged into Korea for such a long time, so it just told me that there's extension mods. Like, hey, there's extension mods now. I'm like,
you know,
yeah, StarCraft, I know. I'm very much aware.
Thank you. Thank you.
So there were no vetoes because it's best of 7, and there's only 7 maps in the map pool. So they just chose the order the maps would be in. And the second map is going to be Iron Fortress.
Nice.
So nice big 4-player map.
You know what I realized? I've been using the WCS overlay instead of the GameHeart one. Like there was a new GameHeart 2.0 whatever. I need to go get that, I think.
It's awesome. But that's what I've been using the whole time. I really like it.
Yeah. But
it's just it's so sleek, and all the information that I want is right on the screen. I'm like,
yeah.
So good.
I'll probably get that now, and then the next time we'll just restart really quickly. But anyways, yeah. Iron Fortress. Expedition Lost was the map that we were just on.
That is correct.
We had a really nice macro game between them both. Seed doing it very differently than what I've seen. You know, he got really, really fast Templar that game, and went back into Colossi, doing an attack against the Terran player without like the units that you usually will think are the ones that allow you to engage a Terran straight up.
And he landed his Vikings.
Landed the Vikings, right? Like he expected
all of his Vikings. And then there were like 5 to 7 Colossus sitting at home ready for the follow-up push.
Just like
that was some serious like mind gamey play from Seed. Super well done.
Indeed.
But yeah, we are loading up Iron Fortress LE 4-player map this time around. And 4-player maps like to see those extremes, so sometimes very extremely cheesy builds, because why would you do it? And the very extreme greed builds as well, often found in the 4-player map as that RNG takes its toll. We do have cross spawns spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of our screen. The Brood War Legend. It's FanTaSy.
And opposite. We're in the cross positions once again. Spawning in the top right. He is the red Protoss player representing MVP. It is Seed. Definitely the MVP of that last game. As there can only be one in a one-on-one competitive game that is StarCraft.
And so yeah, that game was a blast. It was great.
It
We'll
was.
see if we'll move into any sort of CC first type of a style. It looks like he's gearing up for not a CC first. Looks like the barracks. Any greed coming out of Seed? Also no. So far, we're on the same page. Both players not going too greedy.
Nexus first
here. FanTaSy.
Like, hey.
Nexus first. 2 Nexus before 8.
You know, Iron Fortress is a map that I've seen a lot of hidden bases on. Especially, I always think of like SOS. And there was some other Protoss players. It seemed to be always be Protoss that did it though.
Yeah, I think with the Mothership core coming in, it really made that hidden base a little bit more powerful. Just because if you need to defend it, as long as you have 200 energy saved up on your Mothership core, you're set. You can recall back, defend that base, and then recall to wherever you have to after you deal with that attack, if necessary. You can do that double recall. And you also have the ability to transfer all your probes without anyone
that is really
better.
cool. I've seen that.
Yep.
Without setting that alarm where you have one Marine walking around the map patrolling to scout, and a huge train of probes are just moving around for no reason. Like, where the hell are you guys going? Just out for a stroll, mate.
Well,
the minerals over there.
What I want to see is I want to see like a ninja base, right? Taking the top left with hallucinated probes going to the bottom right.
Whoa! Whoa!
He's got the watchtower. You just go right by it, even though you don't need to. Don't mind me, just transferring some probes.
That would be awesome. That would be so cool if somebody did that. Yeah.
I did see some
and then go.
hallucinated probes on Whirlwind one time. I can't seem to remember the exact match. This is interesting. Seed's not mining from one of his gases right now. A little bit inefficient. At this point, you should be going 2 and 1 instead of 3 and 0, because you do start to lose it. Well, yeah, 2 and 2. Or if you just want 3 workers mining, it's more efficient to have 1 on one gas and 2 in the other, rather than have 3 and 1 and 0. But yeah, because that efficiency starts to fall off after the second one. In a gas, it's not quite as noticeable as it is in the minerals. In the minerals, it drops off by about half as far as efficiency is concerned. But it is a little bit more efficient. The super supply efficient base is 2 in each gas and 16 on the minerals. But you can go to 18, 3 and 3 and get pretty much like 99% efficiency out of it.
Well, no, better playing, man.
Yeah, man. Now
it's all about the little things, man.
Yeah, you get a million little things, and all of a sudden you got an advantage.
Big group of little things. I'm just kidding.
They're like Zerglings, man. You get enough Zerglings, they can take some stuff out. One Zergling alone, whatever. You get 100 Zerglings.
Good night, man.
You can surround some Hellions with that stuff.
Your life. The way that the thing he does with Zerglings, I don't even understand it. Like, he must have a different kind of a mini game that he plays that we all don't know about.
Lifelings, the Lifelink trainer. Lifelink trainer 2001.
All right, here's 5 Zerglings. Now deal with these 20 Hellions. All right, no problem.
We have Marine split challenge. We need like Ling split challenge against Hellions. I don't even know. But we do have Hellion follow up here. So trying to get some information. Ooh, squeezes it out. He's going to go in. He's going to be able to see some of the tech here, but not the Robo.
Oh, the Reaper. Oh, he could have gotten away. But, yeah, the Reaper jumped up there. A little bit focused on the Hellions and is going to lose them. But how many workers did he get? 5 in total, I believe.
4. Yeah, 4 for that
attack
pass.
was 4. Okay.
Yep. And, yeah, some nice plays overall from Seed, protecting the information. The tech is still not revealed. It is Robo Twilight. So Blink Colossus likely to follow. That is the most common way to play out the matchup. Has been for quite some time.
Yeah. Excuse me. I think we've seen some really cool stuff lately. Well, like Dream. I don't know if you saw the Dream versus Hero series where he just used Hellions pretty much to destroy and pick apart hero. He would make a bunch of Hellions, he would drop into the main or something and just go in with the Hellions and kill everything.
Oh man, Stalker's in perfect position here. They will not be able to get the meta back, but they able to get the one mine that was dropped. If he had dropped 2, he might have been able to burrow 1, but so far just one mine lost, and he is out searching. He wants that medevac. He wants it bad, but he's not gonna get it.
Do not lose that medevac as it's just a tool. You need it. You need it. It is what makes your bio so powerful and allows you the ability to kind of split the Protoss attention.
By the way,
cross positions, it's mobility.
Bottom right-hand corner.
Yo, I saw that pylon, but did not see that.
We got a Dark Shrine, so... You know, Ninja Base? No, not happening yet. But Ninja Tech, oof, that's happening. In 2 ways. One, because he's hiding the tech. 2, because they're actual ninjas that go around and kill things.
They pretty much are.
Yeah, man. Absolutely brutal. And he's got the mine drop coming in from 2 angles here. That one red medevac in the top, and to the right side we have the clean medevac, 150 HP, full, totally all set. And the boost coming in. First mine gets targeted down. Second mine, we'll have to see. The pull is on time. Medevac is down. And just loses.
Wow, beautiful defense. Jeez.
Yep. Excellently done.
That's how you do it. So much practice, I bet, as Terrans love it. Yep. Oh. I've noticed Protoss getting a lot better at defending against it, but sometimes you'll see that one game where they panic and lose everything.
Yeah, it is really on a knife's edge. And speaking of knives and the edges of them, we got some Dark Templars up in here. You think you can drop me? How about I drop you a little bit? Oh, what? You don't have any turrets in your main? Oh, that's too bad. I'm gonna force that scan.
I love it.
That's right. 270 minerals gone. See you later. And he's gonna be able to
go for the army now.
Bam! 270 more minerals gone. Even being able to kill some workers. When you can force 1 scan
a scan is all you need. He forced 2 scans for East DT and even got a few workers and a marine.
Yep. And he's just gonna go ahead and keep doing it here. Yeah. Just one at a time. Just keep forcing those scans over and over and over again. And right now he only has 1 scan left. That's it. So he is scanless for a little bit here. If he can get in with 1 more DT, be able to do a lot more work. But the main thing is, this is buying him safety and time to do whatever the hell he wants at home.
Exactly.
And,
that is the thing you have to know. Like, the time he's buying and the resources that FanTaSy had to invest into getting the turrets there too. Like, you usually wouldn't put a turret just there unless you were expecting like void rays or I don't know, right? Like it's just like a random place. So now
man, our wish is coming true, Tempo.
What is
Bottom
it? What is
right.
it? Oh my God, he
Ninja
did!
Base.
I'm telling you, this map, it just calls for it.
It's really out of the way to go all the way over there. On other maps, maybe not so much, but this map, it really is. Oh, nothing here to defend this drop. He's going to get everything unloaded, and we'll be able to engage this force. 2 Colossus, a lot of splash damage here. He's going to try to focus 1 down. Nice force field, zones him out, and still doing lots of damage here. Picks off, and almost gets the medevac.
Wow,
Ooh.
always saving that
FanTaSy.
medevac when it's almost about to die.
The master of red medevac. Excellently done there. But yeah, you know, nice defense from Seed. FanTaSy doesn't get too much damage in. The supplies, though, are heavily in the favor of FanTaSy here. He is macroing like a beast.
Yeah, if there's one thing FanTaSy's good at, it is macro, and he's been dealing with this pretty well. And this third base is going to force, well, the third base that Seed is taking means that the 50 energy from the Mothership Core will have to be used to transfer those probes. And if he does it at a random time, that'd be kind of awkward, because if these 3 drops come on in and he doesn't have enough for a photon overcharge, he's going to be in a lot of trouble.
This army should be able to clean this up, but he's splitting it off. That Colossus getting targeted down. Great damage from FanTaSy, and he's not done yet. Going to target down a Stalker as well, trying to stay out of range of that photon overcharge, and almost gets another Stalker there, just barely. He's going to jump out. And in the meantime, he's going to be moving into this base. So, and that's the reason why he split up his army in the first place, because the threat, just the threat of the 2-pronged attack, forced Seed to split off his army and help deal extra damage. This third base is going to go down. Oh man,
Yep.
so much damage.
So, I mean, luckily for him, it isn't his third base, but
Yeah,
he's in a
yeah.
position where he actually can't recall just yet. Like, he needs to survive. I don't know if he even has the capability to do that. So he's just gonna build probes over there. Like, you do that,
Yep.
your mothership core's on the other side. You gotta come back. You're not gonna have enough for a photon
Oh
overcharge.
yeah,
You're
it's
just gonna.
definitely not safe to do that just yet. All right, he's trying to get in position. Stalker's caught out just a little bit. Colossus safe,
Zealots
tucked
don't
in
have
behind
charge.
everything. Oh man, the Zealot's in a good position as well. But as these nice photon overcharge. Really important to be able to get that photon overcharge down. It looks like he is going to defend. And the question is, when is FanTaSy Star Sense going to go off? When is he going to realize, you know, it's a little bit weird that you can support this much production off of 2 bases? I'm a little bit confused and start searching out for that third base. One of the advantages of only building 1 worker at a time over the third base is it's a little bit harder to notice that without scouting, that you're like, oh, you know, he's supporting a little bit too much production off of 2 base. You might say, oh, well, you know, he was maybe he was just doing okay for a while, or maybe he's a little oversaturated. He's getting a little bit of a boost out of that.
Or he's just happy as hell. He's like, I just canceled the third. I'm feeling good. Like, thing,
Yeah.
you know, like he's so far ahead because you have to take into account the building time of the Nexus right now. So it's in FanTaSy's head, like, okay, the potential that he's actually gonna be. Well, I mean, I guess I was thinking like, you know, this is how much time I have until his Nexus is complete, and this is how much time until an economy will actually kick in from a third base.
Right.
So
He is going hard into the gas in that Ninja base, so gonna allow him to build a lot more of those high-tech units. High Templar tech coming in. Getting that splash damage up is critical for the main engagement of the Protoss. And let's see, do we have any Vikings on the map yet? Not just yet. We're up to
don't
4
see, not even
Colossus.
3, I guess. Yeah, you do not want less Vikings than there are Colossi, that's for sure.
That's definitely not so good. And he's really in position for any sort of
Dude,
main. Oh
this is
my
like-
god, the draw. This is like, oh, he's gonna catch
Drop.
it perfectly.
Wow.
Saw that coming. Seed.
If
This
that
is like,
you're out
I
of
know what
position
she's
as a
gonna do.
Protoss and that unloads, you're gonna lose a Nexus at least. That's for sure.
Yep. And now
He
he's
wants
got
to
the
quit so
fear
bad.
of the Doom Drop. Enemy's like, oh man.
But see, has an observer placed out very smartly. I think FanTaSy might see it here. Yep.
Yep.
And he does scan and takes it out.
He's killed a lot of observers, man. He's been scanning over and over again, forcing that extra
Mhm.
production time out of the robo to rebuild the observers. This time he's going
We
for
got
more
a
of a
maxed out
two-pronged
FanTaSy
attack.
right now.
Yeah. This is brutal. We have two-pronged attack. He's got to split just right. And, oh, leaves nothing at all in the main. Where's that drop? It's not happening just yet. Get in there. Oh, he needs to
FanTaSy,
get
if you go in
right
there,
away.
he is going to go right
FanTaSy.
now.
All right,
And
he's moving
now
into it.
Seed
Yep,
realizes
photon
it.
overcharge available. He might just target down the Nexus and get out. We'll see. The Widowmine staying on board for the time being, borrowing them now. Oh, this is working out pretty well so far for Seed. Nice defense so far on both fronts. Manages to keep both Nexus alive for the time being. And not a lot of
for the time
anti-air,
being.
so we're going to escape there.
I love the split from Seed. He's done it so well, but he might just not have enough, period. I think that FanTaSy, a maxed out Terran player pushing right now. Does he have those 2-2 upgrades? I believe he did. As he does push on into this third. Even the DT will come in and try to clean all of this up, but the probes are just going to say, we're out of here. You know, the Nexus is going to go down. I believe so. Yeah, there's no way this one stays up.
Absolutely, yeah. It's so close to being able to save that. Really, really unfortunate for Seed. But keep in mind, it's technically 3-base to 3-base economy right now.
You are right. You are correct.
So Seed is kind of okay. 125 supply to maxed out is a really, really sad place. I don't care how many ninja bases you have up. You can't be happy about that. And he's going to
Not
try
at
to get
all.
this third over and over again, and still waiting for that Star Sense to trigger.
Yeah,
He
it's
just
gonna be
seems
4
to be
bases
holding
to
on for
3
way too long on a 2-base economy.
Yeah.
FanTaSy's
Like-
like, all right, you know what? Fine. I can't beat you 3-base versus 2-base. I'll beat you 4-base
4
versus
base
2-base.
versus 2 base.
It's
Yep.
also mined out in the main, so always nice to be able to do that. Keep in mind, as well, Seed has been oversaturated in both of his first 2 bases, so he's going to mine out a little bit faster than FanTaSy as a result. Maybe counting for the mule, it ends up being the same time, but at least faster than normal. He's up to 22, 24 workers on each mineral line there, which is maximal.
Yeah, well, I guess the only thing Fantasy does have going for him is that he at least has an upgrade lead. Almost did. He was on 2-3, but now Fantasy gets that +3 attack. Oh, man, here
Oh,
come the
there's those
Vikings
Vikings
getting
been
some
missing
pot
these
shots
main
on those
engagements.
Colossi. Look at the arc that Seed has to attack into if he goes down that ramp. That's
And he does
not
go
a
down
you
that
wanna
ramp.
step into.
DT putting in
Nope.
work, but not enough.
Not at all. DT will be putting in work, but it's not going to be enough time. There's just too much Terran. GG will be
That's
called.
it, GG.
Eyes up the series. 1-1.
Sneakery
Fantasy.
aside, Fantasy. He doesn't care how many ninja bases you have, or ninja techs, or ninjas, literal ninjas.
Just
He
ninjas.
doesn't care. He'll even
He's
defeat
more of
them.
a samurai guy.
He is. Very honorable. Yes. The Last Samurai Fantasy.
Yep. And the death of the Protoss is like his Bushido. This is the code I live by. I kill Protoss. What? Fantasy? That's not how Bushido. No.
He's like, yes, it is. I've rewritten code.
Code S.
Oh, bringing
More like
it
Code F.
around.
Fantasy, man.
Yeah, seriously. Getting
But
all the
yeah,
way.
sweet.
Super
I'm liking it. 1-1, tying up the series. Nobody's getting completely wrecked today. We having some really good games between these two.
Yeah, hoping to see a game 7 here for sure. It'll be quite nice. Next.
So the
map
winner of this one
is
also gets into the
Tournament of Champions.
Tournament of Champions. Yeah.
It's gonna be quite awesome. It's gonna be coming up. Every 4 fight nights, we'll have a Tournament of Champions where all the champions will come and they will do battle. So you think
Yes.
fight night's awesome? Tournament of Champions is gonna be like fight night on Stim. It's gonna be nuts. You know?
Okay, I'm down.
Get on that. It's going to be real good. Increased attack speed for the casters and increased movement speed for the observers. It's going to be nuts.
Imagine
Fight
that,
night
like an
on
observer
Stim.
on Stim, just like flying
Just,
across
like,
the
just
screen,
showing
like,
everywhere.
chill out.
Speaking of observers, thank you. Super shout out to Martin, our observer. He's also adminning the tournament. He also
Yep.
makes sure all the players get here on time, and he
He's
hunts
kinda
down
like-
replacements for all the people. So super shout out to Martin. Team
He's the
Gravity's
man of
Martin.
Team Grav, yeah.
Beast, our observer, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Echo LE. Not many places to hide from Fantasy. It's Fantasy. I already said his name. All right.
I've done that before where it's like from representing Desro, it is okay. Spawning in the bottom right corner, representing MVP, it is gonna be the red Protoss player, Seed.
All right. And Seed going to be building probes. Now, Tempo, what do you think about this probe building early game? Is it a good move?
Well, it seems that he's used the Chrono Boost, so he should be able to make those probes a little bit faster.
Absolutely. 50% faster. Chrono Boost,
Ah,
very nice move to have. And we do have our Terran player here gearing up for what looks like a command center.
CC
First, could it be? The
Is this the
greediest of greed. Command
Something
center
about
first.
this map. Who did this too? Semper did. Semper did the CC first on this map too. When he played Desro, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what the Terran insight is on that. Why, if it's just a coincidence or if this is a particularly good map to CC first on. The ramp size is pretty nice. It's pretty, solid natural ramp. Nothing too crazy. Nothing that makes it too scary to take a CC first. You also can kind of guarantee that you get the scouting information on your opponent, so you know for sure, okay, nothing crazy coming in, or if it's happening, I'll be able to react to it in time.
Yeah.
We do have that double barracks follow-up that is so common. If you are a new player and you say, oh, I want to be greedy like Fantasy was in this game, definitely recommend the double barracks follow-up. And sometimes you'll get the third barracks. Most of the time, you want to be safe. And then throw down that double gas because you will most definitely need it after
You're
being
gonna be floating
so long
minerals
without
like
tech.
crazy if you don't, because you're gonna have that double meal so fast and the SCV production. And once again, SCV being very brave, staying into the last minute. Oh, not quite though. 10 HP, really?
10 HP.
Gotta
You
stay
could have been
until
at 5 HP.
You could have been at
Ugh.
5, man. Could've at
Dishonorable
least delayed it for
Samurai
another second.
goes home ashamed. The Samurai SCV should have battled longer.
Yep. He should have, or at least fight to the death, you know?
Fight to the death, man. That would be, you know, a proper Samurai. You know, death before dishonor.
Yeah.
But in any case, we have a Stargate opener here from Zeed. Oh, fancy. We'll see if
in the main
just,
too, so
just a little bit of an Oracle for taking the third, more of a macro build. We could see the crazy Phoenix Colossus style. Unlikely, but it's always fun.
Always,
And,
you know, you keep it in your mind, like, oh, it could happen.
It could happen, just like waiting for that moment. And then they play it, and you're like, oh, you're not Myunshik. You lost the game. Crap.
Or Jim. Who else? A lot of the Chinese Protoss would do that too.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely, positively. And we've got both expansions finishing up at about the same time, and no quick 3cc here from FanTaSy, so no super greed just yet as well. No add-ons. He's just getting his gas started, coming in. So we'll see what he does with that first.
What he does with it, right? Tech lab and reactors, all the good things that make your barracks even better than they already were. And you know, Seed though was already getting the gas at his natural very fast before he saturates the minerals. So he will go into a pretty tech heavy, maybe. You know, Robo coming down, Forge already as well.
Yeah,
he's
so
gonna
it looks
drop a
like
Twilight
just
as well and go ham and just why not?
just get every of the techs. Oh, what a scan!
Oh my
God.
goodness!
Does he
money?
Yeah, he sees
Cha-ching!
absolutely everything. And
that is like the best scan you could have ever
perfect number of Marines here to chase out this Oracle. And the turret goes down. He's also got the perfect amount of Marines in the base of his main as well. Has this Oracle killed? All right, 1 kill, and it was a Marine. That's all this Oracle has done. It's about to run out of attacking energy. Beautiful.
Not even gonna get the SCV.
Beautiful defense here from FanTaSy. Completely negating all of that investment into the Stargate tech, all of that investment into this Oracle. So it slowed down the Robo, it slowed down the Forge, the upgrades, the following gateways, and for what? I'll tell you for what. For absolutely nothing.
Nothing. He needs to keep it alive, though, so that he can at least keep that threat alive. That's the whole point of it. You get the revelation out so you can keep an eye on the army, but I think in the back of every Terran's head, if there's an Oracle afoot, you know, you can't be too... Well, you got to be a little bit more careful than you would like to be. It's always good to be a carefree Terran, but no, you can't just let your hair down when there's an Oracle flying around. It might tangle them.
Yeah, man. You keep that hair up in a bun, and you're like freshly pressed suit. All right, that's some serious like businesswoman stuff going on right there. You're like some serious. You don't mess around at all. It's like very stern face. Like
Glasses
you can't just chill. You're not out on a picnic. Okay,
nope.
It's time to do work. Time to get some work done, and that is what FanTaSy is here to do. Third CC coming down, nicely in between his two bases here.
Yeah, not quite as bold as Semper, getting it on location, as he does get it here. The medevacs are about to be out too, around that 10-minute mark that you do expect everything to kind of come together for the Terran. There just really isn't a lot you can do. The best you can try to do is force some kind of photon overcharge.
Right.
That's it. You're not usually going to get a lot of damage done. But like I was saying before, actually, I remember when Dream using the Hellions, and that might be what Protoss was not really expecting. So if you do that style, then maybe so. But other than that, you don't really see too much damage getting done at this stage.
Yep, nice revelation there. He's going to keep an eye on this army. And I think even FanTaSy might move out a little bit further. I don't know. He's got a strong follow-up here. Stim is ready. He's got his first couple of medevacs. Concussive shells and combat shields will be done in time. He's going to poke at this third. Not a whole lot to defend, but with this tight choke area, he should be able to utilize the force fields pretty well.
God,
nicely
so quick
done.
with them.
Ooh, just a little bit off. Misses 2 Marines because of the missed force fields there. Just a little bit too far to the right. Not a huge deal. Does manage to deflect the main attack, which is the most important part of that, is to make sure this third base gets up in
It
time.
needs to get up. Don't be delayed. We saw the wrath of that, you know, or at least the outcome of it, as
Right,
FanTaSy
absolutely.
was just relentless at that point. And
Yeah,
even
but
though it
guess
wasn't
what?
technically
FanTaSy's
the
still
third.
up in supply by
I know,
by
right?
20
Like
or more.
this macro
It's
is
just
really,
one of those
really
things.
nice.
Like every time I look, FanTaSy's up in supply.
And-
And here we go. He's thinking about moving in. He says no. I
Just
say
not
no.
even, not worth it, not worth it. Better to
Ooh.
poke and see if you. Oh my God, just gonna go ahead and slip
is-
on through. Oh,
Wow.
the mothership core.
So brave.
He's gonna get hit before it. Oh, gotcha, both of them though.
Drops all
I'm
of his
one.
energy, and in the meantime, he's gonna move into the third. No, not thinking about it, not doing it. But man, moving in on that mothership core is great. You see the mothership core immediately getting rebuilt. If you are a new Protoss player, you gotta do it. You gots to do it. It's one of the easiest things to
When I
forget.
play
You gotta rebuild
Protoss, and
that mothership
every
core.
time I play Protoss, I lose my mothership core some way or another, but I never remake it. It's so bad. I'm
Yep.
like, until I realize that I need it, which is all the time.
Right. Almost any situation would be like, oh, you know, it would be a little better if I had a mothership core right now.
Yeah, life would be
FanTaSy
better.
taking
if
out
I
the
did.
Stargate tech, not too big of a deal for Seed because he's not really investing in the Stargate tech anymore. It's just an opener for him. But, you know, no commitment there. You know, he's not in a committed relationship there with the Stargate.
Not with the
He's just sort of
Stargate, no.
little
That's
fling
not
at the
really
beginning
a
of the game,
relationship
and
you want to get into
kinda-
too deep, you know?
yeah. Here's what
Unless you're
sharing
White
his
Rod.
feelings.
White Rod, that's pretty much the one and only. Like, it's his. You stay away from that territory or else you're going to feel it from him.
White Rod's not someone you would want to mess with at all. Nice
Oh,
target.
man.
Finds there, get some damage done with no collateral to your own units. Definitely the way you want to pull it off. And
Yeah,
takes
those
out
Widowmines
the
got a lot of
pulls
kills,
out.
by the way.
Yeah. Ooh, nicely using the Oracle. Another one of those great things about keeping the Oracle alive. Ooh, drops in. He's gonna try to target down the Colossus.
Is he going to get it, though? Oh, the Blink Stalkers aren't going to be able to pick off these medevacs. He's going to pick off the one that was farther away. The other one will get away, though.
No blink. I think they.
Oh, he doesn't
blinked
have Blink.
into posi-
He
No,
does
he
have
has.
Blink.
He does have blink, but he didn't use it to grab that last medevac with the units in it. Is what I meant.
I was going to say.
He was like, "What? 14 minutes? He doesn't have blink. The hell is going on?"
What is you
no,
doing?
All right, we got some drops in all sections, 5 medevacs and 4 medevacs. He split his army pretty much half and half here. He's going to do some more two-pronged attack. Back in Broodor, he was known as the Terrorist Terran for his incredible multitasking and drops all over the place. Just absolutely brutal to deal with. And he's showing that he's still
Sneaks
got
into
the
the main.
magic. Drops in the main. Beautiful move here. He's going to wait till his opponent's out of position and potentially attack another position as well. He doesn't see it.
Oh,
The
the
cybernetics
Cyber
core, very important thing. Going down there. Let's see if he rebuilds it in time. He's going to get also some high gas units. Takes out a sentry. Jukes out a little bit with some moves to the front as well. He's going to have to get out of there, though. The front
Oh,
attack.
my God. The
Oh,
Colossi.
one Colossus going down. Oh, the Warpin! Oh, the Warpin that might just... Oh, my God. That
no.
Warpin
He doesn't
saves
lose
the
it, though.
Colossus. Oh, beautiful. That
now the
attack in
Warpin's
the
on
front, though,
fire.
did not go well for FanTaSy. But guess what? He's still at 50 supply.
Yep, he is, and he's continuing to just push that supply advantage into his favor. Not even having to worry about he could drop this medevac and kill that Colossus if he really wanted to. But he is just gonna, he is a merciful god, that FanTaSy, and just decides to get on out of there, play the safe route. But he's hanging back there, actually. He's just chilling out. And he's going back in, man.
Pushing. 75 supply lead, just pushing out super hard. And he even has this tiny little annoying group of attacking units over here. Still has the Widow Mines in the mineral line. He can
And,
absolutely
like-
take out this Colossus, and there's pretty much nothing C can do about it.
Doubling the supply now as far as army goes. It is just not looking good. That one Marauder, yo, just drop. Yep.
Oh!
That's
Double
what I was
KO.
looking for. Double KO.
Meanwhile, we do have the main engagement up to the front, and this is it. Seed is destroyed, getting picked apart by FanTaSy. FanTaSy now up 2-1 in its best of 7 series here on Team Gravity's
Wow.
Fight Night.
Hot damn,
two fight it out.
indeed. That was the
Seriously,
power of
right?
FanTaSy. That, like, you know, we were on Expedition Lost and we were like, oh man, you know, C just made this guy look like a fool. And then you let FanTaSy get rolling, and yeah, he gets rolling. He don't stop because he can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Absolutely. It
But,
is game time for FanTaSy. Next map coming up.
Cactus
Cactus
Valley.
Nice.
Indeed. Another 4-player map, but I hate to do this to you, but I got to run for a second,
Oh, it's
Mr.
good,
Jack
man.
Attack.
It's
Can you
good.
hold it down? Can you hold it down?
I can do my very best. I will miss you, but I
All
will
right.
do my very best to hold it down in your absence.
I wanted to do it while we were
Godspeed.
starting the game,
Flash,
as opposed to
flash
while we
speed
were
be
in the
with you.
game. As opposed, oh yeah, okay, but I will return very shortly, my friends. So stay tuned.
Absolutely.
It'll be Cactus Valley Seed versus FanTaSy. It is 2-1 in FanTaSy's favor at the moment. So, all right.
And we say goodbye, adieu to Mr. Team Tempo, and he's going to do his thing for a bit, but not to worry. We've got you covered. Next game is going to be coming right up here. Going to get into an excellent position here. It is on Cactus Valley LE. And, you know, 4-player map. Unusual 4-player map stuff. We could see some shenanigans come out of Seed. But I think that we are going to take it to a quick commercial break. So please stick around. It is currently 2-1. And we'll see you guys very shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Team Gravity's Fight Night. That's right. It's the night that we fight, and FanTaSy versus Seed is starting off. As well as a best of 7 can start off. We are at 2-1 score after 3 games, so knocking it out, blow for blow. How is your evening going, Monsieur Tempo?
I'm just chilling with a very handsome caster, you know, talking about this game of StarCraft. Loving it so far. Couldn't have wrapped it up a better way. I was talking about it earlier with you that I had the pleasure of casting FanTaSy in Fight Night previously. I believe it was with Gumiho. And yeah, man, I love this guy. And Seed is like, I love Seed's PvZ. Like when I think about Seed, I am like, yo, the way that he does his PvZ is so sick. I haven't really got to see it as much in PvT before. So judging off of the Expedition Lost game, definitely made me a fan of his PvT if he does kind of some stuff like that. The ultimate mind games. We didn't really see the mind games in this game on Echo, but he has the potential to do some crazy stuff, and that is what I just can't wait to see.
Absolutely. And we do have our map loaded up. Cactus Valley LE spawning. In the bottom right-hand corner of our screen, the Blue Terran. The terrorist Terran himself, the legend of Brood War. FanTaSy from Dead Pixels.
And his opponent spawning on the west side, it is going to be MVP's own Seed. And it is a 4-player map, and you brought it up. 4-player maps, you can do some pretty crazy shenanigans on them if you do choose to do it.
Absolutely.
And, or you can just play it as greedy as possible. I mean, the way that they had spawned, it's not cross-positioned, so we get to see them on a 4-player map where they do not spawn in cross. And it's a much bigger one, I believe. I think Cactus Valley is, I don't know what the biggest map on the map pool is right now, but I think Cactus Valley is in,
it's up there.
Run for it.
Yeah, I think that, the ground path, for some of the maps, the ground path between each of the bases is pretty much about the same, just because you have to go pretty far into the center to get back down. So like Iron Fortress, for example, you kind of have to go up towards the center to like go back down. But you have a pretty direct path over here, like we saw in the Patreus game. We went for that the Bane Roach all-in. You get a pretty direct path, directly to your opponent here. So spawning close to lit versus cross is a little bit more significant on Cactus Valley than something like Iron Fortress or like a Whirlwind of old. But we do have that greed coming out for both players. We're gonna hang out here and go into a nice late game match here with the CC and Nexus first.
Yeah, finally seeing some of them cojones coming out of Seed as far as the economy goes. As he did go for that Nexus first, feeling the confidence, even though he did fall in the last game, doesn't mean that he's out at all. It wasn't like a total outclassing by FanTaSy, although this FanTaSy's macro is really, really good. Like, he just always has a lot of supply over his opponent, pretty much the whole game. Like, that's one thing that has been constant.
And that's one of those things, you know, that the Brood War Terrans, one of the staples. If you're a Terran player, you know, maybe if you're a Protoss player and you don't do so good in your macro, maybe you make a couple extra gates, do warp-ins really quick, you're fine. If you're a Zerg, okay, maybe you just bank up a larva and spend them later. For a Terran, if you miss a second of production, that second of production is gone.
Gone
There's
forever.
No chrono boost. There's no way to speed that up. You lose that, you know, you lose that 17th of a Marine or whatever it is.
You're never getting it back, Jack.
Never getting it back, Jack. Wow. Don't let go, Jack.
You're so right. And then, you know what, though, too? When it comes to Protoss as well, you invest so much in tech that, of course, your supply is going to be a little bit lower. Because, you know, you're sitting back, you're trying to defend, you're using your mothership core as your kind of bargaining tool, like saying, all right, I'm gonna give up a little bit of this supply, but in return, you are going to give me some superior defense, and I'm going to get my tech up, and then eventually get you with a better composition of army. So
FanTaSy
that is what a Protoss hopes for.
For the 2 racks directly into double gas, so a little faster tech here from FanTaSy.
Yeah.
A little bit more risky, but again, this is still one of those just solid options. Very slight change. Instead of going for the 3 barracks, just going for the 2. You get a little bit faster, potentially factory out of it, but it looks like he's going for a pretty quick engineering bay here with the reactor and tech lab, and then the 3rd racks comes down. So really like this play. It'll work pretty well against any sort of Stargate action because you can get those engineering, you can get those turrets up much faster, and you also get a faster +1. So it's really nice, sort of covers all your bases for a bit.
A little bit more expensive, right? But it does allow you to go into those upgrades a bit faster if you would like to. But investing in the turret as opposed to the Marines that you're probably going to make anyway, I can dig it. You know, just if you're going to cut it somewhere else, at least he's covering his bases and saying, hey, I'm not going to just skip out on the turrets and X out the possibility of oracles.
Right.
You still got to account for it. And that's
right. So, so he's trading here.
3rd base out of seed.
Nicely scouted. He's like, oh, you're going for this build. You're, investing in your tech. Well, guess what? You won't be able to do anything to me for quite some time. Look at this. I mean, what does he have on the map? He's got some Marines. He's got to keep it home just in case. He's got a bunker out front. Very defensive posturing, and Seed reads him like a book. Says, wow. Oh, yeah, I will take a 3rd base.
A 3rd base. That's a really, really fast 3rd base, and I think he's gonna get away with it. He's gonna be perfectly fine. Expanding that way too, so it is in the mid game. I feel gonna be a little bit more difficult to defend because that's a lot of ground you do have to cover. But it's just one of those things that say, hey, instead of expanding towards him, just go for the one that's farther out there. It all depends on FanTaSy's medevac play and multitasking.
And the other thing too, it's frustrating. Whenever you have these like pocket thirds that are like connected to your main via high ground, you can really get caught out of position a lot. Where it's sort of like, okay, I'm gonna drop your 3rd. Oh, you sent your whole army. Okay, I'm gonna pick up and just run into your main.
Boom.
It can be a really frustrating thing to deal with. So expanding where the air distance between your 2 bases is very similar to the ground distance makes defending the drops a little bit easier. And any sort of like Banshee harass or something like that. We haven't seen any of that, I think, out of FanTaSy just yet, if I'm remembering correctly.
He's just going to be moving across the map right now. And there's really not a lot out of here from Seed. This is like a test push, I believe, right? Like, you just get a bunch of units. Is concussive shell done? I don't believe so. Didn't even go for it just yet, but here. Stim is done.
Force field, he's on it.
All about the force
field. What's going down.
Oh,
he moves right in. Those force fields not really doing all that much, focusing down some of those high gas units there. Actually, whoa, he's out of force fields. He's got 1 left. Forces the photon overcharge. Nicely done. He has no... Oh, no, never mind. He ran a unit into the 3rd. Wow.
Yep. Forces both photon overcharges out, and now FanTaSy knows. He says, okay. Didn't really, invest too much into this attack. It literally was just a bunch of bio units that were going to be sitting at home doing nothing.
Yep.
So getting a bit of use out of them. 2 photon overcharges, I'll take that.
Absolutely.
He even got
and
the
now
sentries.
Now he knows, right? These photon overcharges are both used, so it's going to be a while before they're able to use that for their defense again. We might see some more aggression out of FanTaSy here. 2 medevacs are on the way. We do have stim and combat shields done with +1 and concussive as well. We could have a nice little stim timing coming up here. He's going to meet the Protoss army. Concussive shells not done just yet. These medevacs will be a big part of the defense here. Force field is actually...
Yeah. Seed is just gearing up for a gigantic attack. He just dropped a bunch of gateways. 2 more are in production. 3, actually. And FanTaSy is the one that's wanting to do a little bit of damage with his medevacs right now. But Seed is the one that says, no, no, no. Yo, you better stay at home. I'm coming for you. Not really a lot here, though, actually, to be honest. Archons are going to be very key here, trying to get the best blast damage they possibly can. The medevacs are nearly out of energy, but 2 more additional ones do come. And these are some beefy zealots right now.
Ooh, nicely done there.
Whew.
Yeah, that single force field not really working out for Seed either time. It actually sort of prevents the zealots from really closing the distance and getting in there. We do have even supplies at this point in time as far as the upgrades are concerned. They are even as well. But the Protoss will be ahead, given a little bit more time. And yeah, so we're going up to 10. Ooh, I think that's 11 gates. Yes, indeed, we are going up to 11 gates. So big, strong gateway force coming out. Seed opting to go for the High Templar before anything else, and not even he's not even getting Storm, just getting the High Templars for Archons.
Yeah, he hasn't. He's had it for a while, and he's just been making Archons with it. So we see FanTaSy continuing his Widow Mines.
Yeah, just mainly he took this third, fast third base, and you can't invest too heavily into tech if you want to defend it because you have to have the units out. So cutting the Storm and using it just for Archons is a nice way to get enough meat in your army to really deal with those initial attacks that you're worried about before your economy kicks in. And Seed is in the lead here.
Oh yeah, right now
he might even get
surrounded. If FanTaSy goes too far deep, yeah, he's gonna get surrounded by all of these zealots, and now not gonna get caught out, but still gonna take a bit of damage. Widow Mine's putting in work. There's no detection yet because the robotics facility rather just finished. So yeah, those Widow Mines are never gonna go down. Oh my God, FanTaSy's busting through this. Actually, the micro is real, and the positioning is great.
Yep, and I love this too. You'll see that sometimes he selects all of his bio and the medevac, and sometimes he just selects the bio, depending on what's appropriate for the particular situation. Great force fields, however, go down, and this force finally going to be taken out. Oh
no. Man, he's going back in.
Man, FanTaSy is just keeping at it here. And he is in that really nice position where any point in time, if he feels like he can just drop right into the main, he is loading up a lot of these forces, and he might do just that. Seed sensing that this might happen, moving into a position where he can defend a little bit easier. This Sim City, though, might be to the detriment of Seed here.
When you're going Charge Lot Archon, too. Oh, God.
But, oh, my God, the pylon. Oh, what a pylon to take out there. Nicely done. A lot of times, you want to go for that pylon, like, oh, I'm excited, I'm going to take out a pylon. It's not the exact pylon you wanted to. The professional players, they know. It's a reactive pylon snipe. They don't always go for the pylons. They just go for the pylons at the right moment, and that was absolutely the right moment, taking those 3 gateways offline for quite some time there. And where is he going? Wow, really taking the long way around.
Yep.
Wanting to avoid any scouts at all, any observers that might be in the area. He really does not want Seed to see this coming. Seed's in position to defend.
Yep. He's been patrolling
2 drops
a bit
here coming in from both sides.
Cool. Well, one is going to get picked up pretty quickly, easily. They swarm around that bio. And on the other side in the main, Jack attack.
Oh, absolutely getting ripped up into pieces there. Losing the medevacs. Excellent defense from Seed. You can really see that early third base economy kicking in. Keeping that supply lead, now pushing it out to 30 supply advantage. So really nicely done. And as I say that, it goes down to 20 and down to 10.
That is what happens when you're dealing with these
the FanTaSy macro machine does not stop.
Korean pro gamers for you. There you go. And well, FanTaSy getting shut down pretty hard.
He really is. Nice force fields there.
And
clearing out. He knows that he's being scouted there.
Nice, picking him up. That's what you need to do. Use the force fields to their disadvantage, as picking up your units and putting them behind the force fields means that zealots are never going to be able to connect. There's really not that many stalkers. I think there's 1. Okay, no, 4, I guess. Never mind. There's one that kind of hiding behind.
The FanTaSy's getting out of bio. He's just kiting for days. He hasn't taken a single Colossus hit this entire time. Does hang out for a second.
2 free Archons. I'll take that. Oh, no concussive shell. Or maybe they can't be. They can't be.
No, they can't be concussed because they're massive.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, major engagement at the front of the base.
Oh, yep. Once again, though, FanTaSy not going
to
too much
in a position to do a lot of damage. Oh, man, what a hit on that line. 5 zealots go down in 1 hit. Excellently done.
And every shield on those zealots are down as well, so that's going to allow them to kite so much easier. And yeah, FanTaSy trading out, getting some really efficient trades. You look at the units lost tab, 12,000 lost for Seed, while 9,100 here for FanTaSy. And that's all you really need to do. Just get efficient trades while being on these bases.
And look at that, 170 to 132, just like that. Welcome to the wild world of kiting, brought to you by FanTaSy and Stimpack. So many of kitings, every of the kitings, give them to me, please. And he's going to run in that 4 Marauder hit squad. Going to be able to take out pretty much anything that he wants to because Marauders are nuts. Luckily,
they're crazy.
Luckily, this isn't even get them. Excellently done there. FanTaSy with a little bit of a misstep loses the medevac a little bit unnecessarily.
Oh, the one of the Marauders were in, huh?
Yep.
Yep.
All those
That's a
Marauders
shame.
go home. Very nice.
You have to walk home. Ouch.
Yeah.
In
You
the
gotta walk
Cactus
all the
Valley
way
in the
home.
desert?
You don't even have enough
that
health
Nexus.
impact.
Yeah. They might get dehydrated out here, man. You gotta be careful. Really nice arc here
Nice
from
arc
Fantasy.
here. Yeah.
It's like Noah would be proud. It's pretty much all stalkers right now, and that's a lot of Marauders, so he has to be very careful that he doesn't add too many. But he's starting to mix in the Colossi, so...
Nice to keep that count up. Oh, look at these supply depots. The building placements for Fantasy really hurting this Zealot play, but not so many Zealots left over. But I mean, all these Marauders, like you said, just eat away at these Stalkers in no time at all. The upgrades...
Four Marauders! They're
currently-
back!
Are they really?
Yeah, look. The
Aw.
low Marauders, they took the scenic route, and they made it back home as soon as Seed pushed him back to his own base.
Yeah.
So,
And nice little scouting pylon over here for the drops, but there are 5 full metafacts from Fantasy out on the map. It's crazy that he can do this. It's absolutely insane.
yeah, because even this army that he has at home is insane. The Vikings are not really that high in number, but this could be a very sticky situation. Fantasy
Good,
might
but
not
he's
want to
pulling
engage.
all the way back here. Very rough scenario. Thinking about pulling some SCVs, changed his mind there. He is keeping that repair as much as he can on that, but in the meantime, we have a little bit of base trade
On the
going
third,
on.
yeah, the third of Seed is getting destroyed. Even the fourth is going to get killed too, and we're going into another base race. This one a little bit more close, I would say, not like.
Oh yeah,
Seed
definitely the favorite Fantasy. He's got all of his production protected here for quite some time. He's even going to lift off his base and start running it away.
Yep.
He's in a pretty good position. Oh, it looks like, though, he's going to be moving out of this position and into the top. In the meantime, the the probes, oh my god, the number of dead probes that just happened.
Oh.
Absolutely insane. We're going to have to kite this. And if we know anything, we know that Fantasy can kite for days, no problem. He is going to be lifting off some of his buildings and running them away. But now we get into this weird base race scenario. The army supply is 82 to 85, very close here. The upgrades, 3-3 did finish for Fantasy. Very important before his engineering base were killed off. He did manage to finish 3-3, so he is at the upgrade lead. And he's going to come through and shut down this massive gateway force over here.
I'd love to see DTs get warped in for Seed, but the only problem is he's broke and he's not mining. So he actually can't. He just can't warp anything in.
And I don't think he
that's a big
has...
issue right now here.
Once this Nexus goes down, he's pretty much just left to whatever buildings he has. He has enough for one assimilator, and that's all. He has 17 probes out on the map right now. Keeping them alive is going to be absolutely critical, but oh man, the power of Terran.
Planetary goes down here on the bottom.
Man.
This is just insane. A lot of stuff going on right now. Fantasy floating a lot of his buildings, but he's getting a lot of damage done in the main of Seed. Every production structure is going to be going down here. I guess there's the robotics facility, but the thing is, Seed is on his last legs. This is all he's going to be able to make for the rest of the game. He doesn't have enough to make a pylon to get unsupply blocked, and he's about to lose his last 2 workers, or at least, no, he's not. They're just running away. At least they got minerals in their mouths, but they're not going to be able to do much with them.
You're not allowed to spend minerals you hold in your mouth. You can't spend them. You have to exchange them in the marketplace that is inside the Nexus. Otherwise, you won't be able to use them to do anything. Oh,
well, Seed has been revealed, so Fantasy knows exactly what buildings he needs to kill, and he's going to go for it. GG.
Oh,
GG. Anyway.
That's it. Makes a calculation.
Woo.
Fantasy. Victorious.
What a game. This series.
That's a 3-1 Fantasy now, is it not?
Oh, wow, you're right, yeah. That was really close game, though. Like, you look at the score, too, even. Seed was ahead in the overviews, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the decision to go for the base race was
the majority of that game. He's doing really well. But that just... And I wanted to get a little bit more into it because we didn't have time because there was so much action on the map. But it's crazy that Fantasy can have 5 medevacs full of units across the map and still take good main engagements at home. That's so much of his army is not available to him, and still he makes those engagements happen. It's such a risky thing to do. That's like a don't try this at home, kids. Like to be able to pull off that style is incredibly difficult. Having so much of your army gone is such a vulnerability. You know,
Yeah,
it's you
people
can't
do
just
that,
really
and
like,
then
send
that's
off
their
5
army, like the Doom
medevacs of
drop.
army. Oh, just well played on the base
FanTaSy
race. Wow,
looking good.
looking real good. Let's see if Seed can make a bit of a comeback here. FanTaSy is on match point. Seed's gonna have to find out something, some kind of a trick, some kind of a play that'll get him back into this series on Coda LE. Map loading up right now.
Yep. Man, I really thought that Seed was just gonna like walk over FanTaSy whenever those engagements happened, but a few of those kind of weird place force fields, and like there was never that point where he just overwhelmed FanTaSy, because I guess any other Terran player would wouldn't have been able to kite while keeping their macro up at the same time. Like
Yeah.
FanTaSy would kite till the last, like till he had no kite left in him, like till the string was rolled up and he was literally just grabbing the kite. I don't understand how he was able to do that.
Yeah, it's just incredible APM and multitasking from FanTaSy. That's the kind of mechanical prowess you get from playing years of Brood War at the highest possible level. Speaking of Brood War, we do have the legend himself, the Blue Terran from Dead Pixels, FanTaSy.
And the guy here who needs to win this one, or else he will be a dead pixel himself. It is the Red Protoss player Seed from MVP. Well then, well then, well then. That was crazy. Nexus first into a ridiculously fast third Nexus, and
Yeah,
we saw a lot of
duper.
dominance out of Seed that whole game. Like, just wasn't able to pull it through in the end. The base race in a Terran can just really get down to that.
Yeah, FanTaSy just absolutely pushing the multitasking of Seed to the limit and breaking it, basically. FanTaSy. You know, it's interesting because something that's not really considered a lot of the time is sort of APM trades, right? So you send a Zealot into a Zerg middle line. That's a positive APM trade for you. They have to use a lot of APM to deal with your Zealot, and you have to use pretty much none. So it sort of messes with them a little bit. And in the same way, FanTaSy in that last game is just basically saying, okay, I can multitask better than you can, and I'm going to force you to use all of your APM that you have, and the extra that I have left over, I'm gonna get value out of it because you can't. And you know that's one of the things you can do when you have that kind of advantage. Really important to know where your advantages lie in StarCraft so you can utilize them properly. And FanTaSy just putting on a clinic for abusing multitasking in that game.
No, you are 100% right. You know, the kind of things you really can't measure on the screen in like a tab or something. It's definitely something to take into consideration. And yeah, we saw that Seed actually went for the double gas and saturated them immediately because chicky, gonna go put down that Stargate, and that is like might as well be inside of the base of FanTaSy right now.
Yeah, this is the greediest proxy Stargate you can do. You didn't even make a Stalker, and
no.
as a result, FanTaSy is gonna get in here and see what's going on.
He realizes now. Excuse me.
He might have a good idea. I'm surprised he didn't go all the way in. But, you know, maybe when you're FanTaSy, you realize, oh,
my
okay.
God, maybe he doesn't. Yeah.
I mean, he saw both gases. So maybe he knows because of the timing of both gases that it's an Oracle. We'll see what kind of reaction we have. He's going into Starport, not Engineering Bay. He's not going to have a whole lot of defense here.
And his Marines are on the map. His Marines are on the map looking for something like sneaky. They're not going to find anything. And you know what? That Oracle is nearly 3/4 complete. It's about to go right into the main.
Maybe they might be intercepting the Mothership Core here. Oh, really nice play. Not even enough energy for a recall. This Mothership Core is absolutely going down, but the Oracle going to be able to clean them up. Nicely played here.
Yep, and going for the Marines instead of the SCV lines means that the defense, he's not going to be able to get enough Marines. It's going to be a snowball effect when those Oracles do get out here.
He's got a Widow Mine.
He's never going to get the count. Oh, no, he's working off of one Marine, or one barracks right now.
Widow Mine
Where's that Widow Mine?
The mineral line. It's in between the bottom patches there.
Blending right in.
Second Oracle out on the map right now. So
Even getting a Hellion that tried to get some damage. FanTaSy hasn't made a bunker at all. He's just gonna bank on the fact that that Widow Mine is his last line of defense against the Oracle.
It's weird. Seed is like
Where
playing
is it again?
contain
Pick it
with
up.
these Oracle, not running into the base or anything. He's just saying, yeah, you're just not going to leave your base ever.
Yep.
And FanTaSy says, you know what, I'm just going to drop instead. Do these Oracles even have energy for an attack? One of them does.
I think so.
Should be able to take this out. Let's see. A little bit of a graphical glitch there. Nice picking up.
I saw that. I was like, what?
He is going to shut down this this proxy Stargate. Well done for FanTaSy. Going for the CC in base in the meantime. That Widow Mine got repositioned. It is now behind the orbital command. So keep that in mind. It was hidden behind there for a bit, and Widow Mine drops coming out in response from FanTaSy. All of this off of one base. Going to get scouted completely.
That's gonna be the most awkward medevac ride of all time.
Yeah, just like the Oracles are following you around, be like, hey, FanTaSy, are you sure we should still do this? I think they know we're coming. And they're just like,
Nah,
this is like,
it is
like
fine.
jerks in traffic, right? They're just like, come on, go faster.
They
And like,
you know,
like,
the
this is
friggin'
fast
what do they
and
call
go.
it?
I
They
obey the
just
speed
ride your
limit.
rear end the whole time.
Oh yeah, the two of them, like, they're just taking turns smashing into your rear end. You get a ticket for that, man. That's bad driving from Seed, man. That's
Gotta
just
get a bumper
rude.
sticker, FanTaSy. You know, this is like,
Yeah,
F
man.
you, man.
You're from Boston area, so you know what I'm talking
Yep,
about.
they're definitely from Boston. I know all about that. Oh, massholes.
Yeah, man.
Oh, boy.
Rhode Island and Massachusetts, we got some of the most aggressive drivers
Yep. That is not a lie, my friend.
in the United States. Shout out also to Caracas drivers. You guys are nuts.
But the Oracles do come back in. They're getting a lot of damage done here. FanTaSy not getting. Oh, the Widow Mines are gonna borrow the. Oh, this could be the one. Oh. How many
Takes
was
care of the
that?
Stalker. That's a big deal.
Yes, it is. 5 kills on one of them, 2 kills on the other, and one of them is a Stalker.
No detection anywhere to be found or on the way. These Widow Mines are basically putting a timer on Seed here. He can't get enough damage in. He's going to be dead in his face, which is the worst place to be dead.
Well, he's gonna have to.
And,
worst place to be dead in.
It is.
Well, you know,
Don't be dead
he's
in the
gonna have
face.
to use the Oracle. It's the Oracle. He doesn't have enough energy yet, I don't think, but that's his only way to detect. Oh, it doesn't even matter. He's losing so much at home. FanTaSy. Did Seed forget about those Widow Mines? Because he just lost
Well, Seed-
every bro.
He's been microing this super hard, and the Oracle is just about ready to attack here. You're going to take down the Marines pretty quickly. More Stalkers coming in. This is such a weird... We have like a 10-minute base race? What is going on right now?
What is going on?
Yeah. We have only a few Marines from FanTaSy being able to deal damage here, so Seed might have the advantage on this. I think, in fact, he does. Marines are coming out. No more Widow Mines, though, from FanTaSy. Might be a little bit of a mistake. He's just lifting up his orbital commands and running away.
He's piecing out. Yep.
In the meantime, he's trying to take down the pylons of his opponent.
Oh.
Only one worker. It's 2 workers to 7 here at 11 minutes. Standard TVP here. This
Yep,
is kind of
just nothing to see here, guys.
nothing to see here, guys. Just keep walking.
Oh, that
along
medevac
the
is so
way.
important.
Yep. Keep being able to have the longevity of those units, keeping those Marines alive. They're really pretty much the only army that he has, so keeping them alive is absolutely huge. Killing this Nexus is gigantic because once the Nexus is dead, that's it. Seed has to make this work. In the meantime, FanTaSy has lifted off into multiple directions, so he will be able to continue on. Nice hit from the Widow Mine there. And oh my god, that's
The
it! With the
SCVs.
SCVs, he's going to be able to make this happen. FanTaSy maintains
What is
control
going
of
on?
space.
If he
There are
didn't
4
lose that medevac,
Stalkers
I would have
still
loved
on the
this
map.
position.
This is not over. Widow Mine getting in position here. The Stalkers out on the map trying to take down the orbital commands. There is sufficient airspace if FanTaSy needs to run away and force a draw. He can force a draw by running into the corners of the map here.
Oh, he could.
He's complete control over this ramp. No blink, so no shenanigans to get out of that. And it looks like FanTaSy was building a Viking for a second. Looks like canceled. And yeah, FanTaSy is in a really good spot now. It's oh, baits out the Widow Mine shot with one of with his last probe.
He had
realizes-
to.
He baits it out with his last probe. It's 3 Stalkers against 3 Marines here. And the
One Marine
oh my
now.
God. Micro from C, the Stalkers outranging the Marines and managing to stay all alive. It is 1 Widow Mine and 1 Marine against 4 Stalkers and an Oracle. This is so crazy. The short-term advantage goes to Seed here. If he can clean everything up, he might be all right. He does have enough gas to build a sentry. He decides instead to build...
Yeah, that's all. Wait.
Wait, no, he doesn't have
needs,
a
50.
Five
He needs
minerals.
50 minerals. That Widowmine gonna get another Stalker. Oh man, he is just picking apart Seed like one Stalker at a time. And you know the Oracle is gonna be able to kill everything on the ground for sure for FanTaSy, but the Widowmine is like the main thing that is keeping FanTaSy here and giving him hope. Mule's just mining. The fact that all of his buildings are all over the place means that FanTaSy has to go. I mean that Seed has to go all over the place, and he has to use it for the detection here.
Yep.
Oh! On the way out.
Now,
Do you believe?
I believe in a thing called Widow Mines, and he's got the production up now. He's making some Marauders. He's got 2 out. He'll have 3. This is a really, really rough spot for Seed. Very difficult to come out of here alive. He's gonna be able to scout
placement.
this
Oh,
line.
he sees it though.
Excellently done. Very smart, conservative play here from the Oracle.
Surprise,
oh, but the
motherfucker!
Marauders.
Oh.
No concussive shell. I just realized no
Stalker
concussive
gets
shell
away.
for Marauders at all. The only upgrade that has been gotten this entire game is Warp Gate. Other than that, no upgrades at all.
Nothing
This
at
is
all.
a
These have been
15-minute
vanilla
game.
units.
Only Warp Gate
This
was
game is
upgraded.
nuts. Yeah, it's been completely vanilla units for everybody. And FanTaSy, where's his other orbital? Oh, it's at the natural now. So this Stalker's looking to fight something. You know,
Man, this Stalker is so lucky there's no concussive shells. And
He would've been
no
dead.
concussive shells
Yeah.
in for a long time either.
But still can't deal with the Oracle. The
Can he
Widowmine
break
is the
into
only thing that can do
space?
it. Those Marauders need to protect that and Widowmine with their lives. But if it goes in to try to detect it, that means that it can't go in and try to kill them all. He sees it. Oh! Is
Excellently done. Just goes in,
StarCraft!
gets a couple shots, gets one more
He's
shot.
just
is
doing
dead.
it.
Oh, he gets it. All right.
Wow, and he keeps the Stalker alive. All right. With this production, though, from FanTaSy, with the mules,
Oh,
I think
no,
that
he is
he is
getting
in the meta.
concussive shell. That's
Yep.
going to be the nail in the coffin here. Once
Triple
he gets
Marine
that
production,
up,
all he
Stalker's
needs is
not
6
able to
Marines.
escape.
All he needs is 6 in order to kind of give the checkmate move. Those Marauders will deal with the Stalkers. Oh, that's it.
Oh, concussive shell is done, and that's it.
Oh,
GG.
man.
Just realizes it's done. That's it. What a crazy game. FanTaSy takes the series with one of the craziest games of StarCraft that I've ever seen.
That was sick. Yo.
The, you
my
know, the
goodness.
classic 10-minute base trade with no upgrades. FanTaSy.
Woo.
Man.
Oh, well, I guess with concussive shell, FanTaSy kind of broke it. He just went, you know, he 1-for-1 upgrade. Warp gate for concussive shell. So, boom. There we go.
Warp Gate, yeah. You know, even down the upgrade. GG, well played to both players. Thank you so much
Oh, boy, that was
to
great.
all the players who played tonight. We had FanTaSy and Seed just play, Petraeus and Igas, as well as Desro versus Team Gravity's own Semper, showcasing some awesome games today. Of course, Martin is our observer, and we are sponsored by Hitbox TV, G2A, and Spawning Tool. So go check out all of those things that I just mentioned. Tempo, my lovely. It's been great casting with you. I think this is the first time that we've casted together.
Oh,
I think
it
this was
is.
our
Wow,
inaugural
you're right. Yeah.
cast. It's been a long
Holy
time
moly.
coming.
And we kicked it off with the Romcast.
Yeah. So, you know, thank you so much for coming in and casting. I've had a great time. Where can people find you? Where can people find your stuff?
Yeah, man, you can catch me at Team Tempo on the Twitter. And you know, if you want to keep up to date with all of the stuff I do, I tweet a bunch of nonsense, but sometimes I will tweet relevant stuff. So yeah, if you're down to endure my ramblings, then definitely give me a follow. But also, you can check me out on YouTube. Gonna be reviving that up to make some more videos. Been working a little bit with the StarCraft editor. I didn't know how to use it before, so I'm getting a little bit of some schooling, and I probably could use it a bit more if you guys know how to use it and want to teach me a bit too, to try to make those videos look better, and then the songs that accompany them. So yeah, youtube.com/tempo starcraft, just spelled out straight, or you could type in tempo into YouTube. But and I also stream on Twitch. Not as cool as Hitbox, but if you do want to check that out, it is twitch.tv/TEMP0_SC.
All
Boom.
right, and if you would like to find me, I'm at Jack Attack TV. That's everything Jack Attack TV. You know, Facebook Jack Attack TV, Twitter Jack Attack TV, Twitch Jack Attack TV, Patreon Jack Attack TV. If you want to support me monetarily, just had a whole nice round of Patreon subscriber games. We all played arcade together. It was a lot of fun. And you know, the main thing, youtube.com/Jack Attack TV. I work for CSN. I live in Atlanta, Georgia with Polt, Violet, and Stardust, and I am making content with them. So if you would like your replay reviewed, we're doing a replay review show. You can send it in to me. Guess where? jackattacktv@gmail.com. Send in your replay and say what race you're playing, so I know it's you. And say, you know, and we will pick one per week out. And Violet, Stardust, or Polt will review your replay and teach you how to be Gosu. So
That's
definitely
awesome,
check
yeah.
that out. The CSN YouTube is going to be revived in the future. And of course, all of the CSN projects getting cleaned up, finished up right now, including the illustrious, the fantastic training camp. Very excited. We're
That's what I
editing
like
all
to
that
hear.
footage right
Yes.
now, and it is super crazy. We got our noses to the grindstone. Picking up the pieces where the other video editor left off, and it's been a lot of fun. So thank you again to everyone, especially our sponsors, Hitbox TV, Spawning Tool, and G2A. Subscribe to the channel. It's been a wonderful evening. Thank you again. Good night.